These are the most negative lists we do, and sometimes it's a bit of fun pointing out the silly and strange things that have happened in wrestling. Sometimes it's dangerous, like I'm worried this one's actually going to kill me. John Bradshaw Layfield has a reputation of being a little bit hands-on with the upstarts, and if this channel gets bigger, there's a possibility that I might meet this man, so please don't share this video, and to be honest, you should probably unsubscribe as well just to be safe. Okay, cool. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are the 10 things WWE want you to forget about JBL. Number 10, roughing up the meanie. Look, shut up. You shut your mouth. I get it, we've mentioned this moment a lot in a few lists, and in our defense, it's a man beating the shit out of another man for real in the ring on global pay-per-view. It's something to talk about. And how could we not on this list? So, One Night Stand 2005 was Paul Heyman being given the chance to basically make the movie after the TV show was cancelled. It was a hugely nostalgic, hugely vicious, and hugely JBL beat the shit out of the blue meanie. The show ended with a huge fight in the ring with everyone pretend fighting and two men fighting for real. Apparently JBL had read some comments that Meanie made about him online beforehand. Comments like JBL is a bit mean to other people, and a bit drunk took the opportunity to prove the man right and bloody him up on camera. He wrecked him, and that is a bad thing for a human to do. Number 9, JBL was supposed to be face. Going from Bradshaw to JBL is one of the great character changes of all time. It's just a huge shift from cowboy to Texan millionaire elitist. It somehow worked. JBL became one of the most despicable heels of all time, hunting down immigrants in Mexico, giving Eddie Guerrero's mother a heart attack, and a licorice all-sorts bag of horrendous behavior, which makes it all the more unbelievable that originally the JBL character was designed to be face. According to the man himself, Big Show got hurt, The Undertaker got hurt, and Brock Lesnar left the company, and they needed a guy to face Eddie Guerrero. So in stepped JBL as the top heel. How? How was a millionaire riding around in a limousine going to be face? Oh, Vince McMahon thought it was... That makes sense. Number 8, wrestling a bear. There's a weird episode that WWE aired of Saturday Morning Slam. The episode was a normal affair, but what made it special was Daniel Bryan spent the entire thing talking about wrestling bears. Look up Daniel Bryan on bears, the YouTube video, and you will see. Anyway, turns out a superstar who actually wrestled a bear, JBL. Why, you ask? Texas, I answer. In a bar in Texas, no less, because JBL's was an American all-collegiate, and so the fight was pitched. All-American versus bear. Good booking. Apparently the bear went berserk. Makes sense. I wouldn't like this man to try and flip me over either. According to JBL, they had to hit the bear with a chain to get it off him, which is just poor old bear. Number 7, soaping Edge. JBL is a fan of the rib. In wrestling terminology, a rib is an interlocker room prank. He's become famous for it. JBLOL, along with veterans like Bob Holly for hazing the young blood, making sure they're tough enough to survive the tortures of the wrestling schedule by being huge dicks to them. And speaking of dicks, one rib got super intimate. In Edge's book, he talks about starting out in the WWF. He was in the showers, turned around, and found Bradshaw caressing his marble pouch. Just, soaping the man. Edge says that he knew they were trying to rustle his jimmies, literally, and no sold the fondling. Respect can be earned in strange ways. Number 6, losing the final of the Brawl for All. The Brawl for All, the closest WWE's come to sanctioning actual bear baiting. For 2 months in the summer of 1998, under the advice of Vince Russo, a shoot fighting tournament was held that was sort of like boxing, but if Merriweather and Pacquiao had suffered severe strokes before getting into the ring. 16 men, all battering the shit out of each other like drunks in high winds. It ruined the career of Dr. Death's Steve Williams. The tournament, after all, was designed to get him over because apparently he was the toughest man in wrestling. That persona was crippled when he was knocked out by Bart Gunn, who would go on to beat Bradshaw in the tournament final. It's regarded as one of the most rubbish things WWE ever did, and being beaten by a man who went on to get KO'd by Butterbean at WrestleMania 15 in 35 seconds, that doesn't look too good for JBL. Number 5, roughing up the Public Enemy. When people think of the good old days of ECW, they may well think of the Public Enemy, the East Coast hip-hop twosome with a penchant for putting people through tables. Well known for their war with the gangsters, the two men, Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge, the 90s, eventually ended up in WWF. Their stay wasn't long though, because gosh did the locker room hate the Public Enemy. The team ran into a lot of animosity backstage because of their decision to sign 3 years earlier with WCW, when both Ted Turner's company and WWF were both trying to nab them, and also because they were brought in by Terry Taylor, who had issues with a number of guys backstage. Also, they threw their weight around a bit, nixing a finish to a Sunday Night Heat match with the Acolytes at the last minute. All that led to what can only generously be described as an actual murder, and not like a Hitman 1 headshot murder, like a lion murders a zebra who slept with his wife. Acolytes destroyed the Public Enemy on Sunday Night Heat, with J. Bradshaw L in particular bludgeoning both men with vicious chair shots on apparent orders layers of management. Bradshaw is a scary man. Number 4, being punched out by Joey Styles, or maybe he's not so scary. In 2008, JBL Billy Bum Bum was on tour with the company in Iraq for tribute to the troops and was reportedly wasted most of the time, and in full-on dickbag mode. According to PW Insider, who spent most of the weekend bullying ECW announcer Joey Styles, eventually Styles had enough and the two got into a scuffle. Bebop and Rocksteady, who'd been on the source, ran at Styles, who laid him out with one punch. I can't be sure what it looked like, but I choose to believe it looked like this. A wrestling god being laid out by an announcer. Ouch. Number 3, being part of the worst Raw match ever. There's a hierarchy of bad matches. You got the boring ones, the R-Truth versus Epico kind of matches where no one really cares but the wrestling's fine. You got the bizarre ones, the Kennel of Hell types, which are fascinating in their craptitude. And then there's a total train wrecks where the wrestling is just so bad you have to watch through your fingers. This is one of those. Bradshaw and Trish Stratus versus Jackie Gader and Chris Nowinski. Truth be told, it's not bad throughout, but the bits that are bad like a fox. Jackie and Trish tumble on the mat like washing, falling down the stairs, and the final botch is so very, very awful indeed. A leaping bulldog sailing over Jackie's head with her selling the total lack of contact like a gunshot. It's not something that any of the superstars involved want staining their CV. Number 2, the Nazi salute in Germany. Wow. Some things seem like a smart idea on paper, but they just don't work out. For example, a WCW invasion or hiring Adam Pacitti. But then there are plans that even on paper are sandwiches to Gobbledygooker, Katie Vick, and doing a Nazi salute in Germany. At a Munich house show in June 2004, JBL did precisely that, goose-stepping around the ring and doing the Hitler salute. I mean, that's probably fine, right? Or illegal in Germany. Yes, it's the second one. JBL lost a job at CNBC talking about the stock market because of the incident, and WWE released a statement apologizing and saying Mr. Layfield has been reprimanded for his actions. Obviously, the reprimand wasn't too severe as he won the WWE Championship a few weeks later. Number 1, causing employees to quit. So the story gets told over and over again that Gerbil is a bit of a backstage bully. From naming a new staff writer as dickhead number 16 in his phone, hazing rookies like The Miz mercilessly, and screaming at offenders during wrestlers' court. This treatment has been even known to drive employees out of the company. Billy Silverman was a WCW referee brought into WWF during the invasion. He was discovered upgrading his plane tickets to first class, which is a break of locker room etiquette as you're not sitting with the guys. He was taken to wrestlers' court for this infraction and ordered to buy liquor and serve it to the locker room on a flight. Apparently, JBL kept the verbal abuse up so much following this incident that Silverman left the company before suing them for harassment. And there are others. Palmer Cannon, the heel network rep, Amy Weber, the image consultant to JBL, were others reported to quit after sustained hazing from the locker room, both naming John Bradshaw Layfield as a prime instigator. And that's our list. If I ever meet JBL, he's going to put me in an oil drum and roll me down a hill. So did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments, and well, actually forget to like, share and subscribe, please. And you can follow me on Twitter here, I guess. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Do you want to see WCPW live but are allergic to the awful people of Newcastle? WCPW is coming to Greater Manchester on Saturday the 8th of October to the Altrincham Silver Blades Arena. Your ticket won't just get you a stat card featuring Cody Rhodes versus Kurt Angle, but will also grant you access to our first ever fan convention during the day. Meet the WhatCulture guys, have photos with your favourite WCPW wrestlers, a host of other surprises, and VIP members will get to meet Kurt Angle and Cody Rhodes in person. Tickets can be bought at wc.pw.